Give me a shot and I swear I shoot like Berettas. Yeah. They say they want it, I need it. Damn, I'm going dumb like I dropped out of class. Get in my lane and I'm going right past. I turn it up, watch me go to the max. You ain't it first and you know that you last. I thought I told him I'm coming right back. I got a flows like it came from the tap, and I came from my city, that's right on my back. Back and I'm better than ever. I think I got a vendetta. Oh, now they call me, I seen them. All of those songs getting severed. I told them all I get let up. They get not tired of me never. Give me a shot and back and I'm better than ever. I think I got a vendetta. Oh, now they call me, I seen them. All of those songs getting severed. Damn, I'm going dumb like I dropped out of class. Get in my lane and I'm going right past. I turn it up, watch me go to the max. You ain't it first and you know that you last. I thought I told him I'm coming right back. I got a flows like it came from the tap, and I came from my city, that's right on my back. Yeah.
Jalen Green deserves to be an all-star. You look at what he has done for us since being acquired from the Houston Rockets in episode 1. Here are his points each and every night for us since the trade, of course, his debut against Utah. 45, 33, 20, 21, 30, 24, 25, 15 here, kind of a down game. 36, 19, 35, 36, 16, 18, 16, 36, 32, 43, 24, 23, 23, 22, 32, 30, 32, 38, 27, 26, 44, 35, 39 in his return to Houston. Yes, we have been losing a lot. You look at the losing skid we're on right now. It hasn't been pretty in the month of January and beyond, but Jalen Green has been playing like an all-star caliber player. We want to see him in the all-star game this year. I think he deserves to be an all-star. Before we even take a look at who actually makes the all-star team, though, I want to go into our salary cap breakdown and talk about what the direction of this organization is. Obviously, one of the key facets that we are building this Phoenix Suns rebuild toward is the NBA draft. Of course, focusing our attention maybe to a Dylan Harper or a Cooper Flagg at the top of the 2025 draft. We're also probably going to be big-time players in the 2026 NBA draft, but what about cap space? What about future free agencies? What are we planning for? And obviously, you guys have seen us take in contracts via trade. We absorbed Gabe Vincent.
What do you mean by that?
We absorbed Kevin Huerter's contract. We have really shut down the option to work with cap space moving forward. Right now, with where the Suns are in real life, we are way over the salary cap this year. Now, we do get a little bit of extra flexibility going into next year, but we are still going to be over the cap in the NBA because of some of our big contracts. Obviously, Bradley Beal, Jalen Green's extension kicks in. Those are some of the big things. We have the team option here on Jabari Smith Jr. We will definitely be picking that up. But you look at the long-term future of our organization. Look at the amount of expiring contracts we have at the end of the 2025-2026 season. Yusuf Nurkic could be gone. Kevin Huerter very likely will be gone. Gabe Vincent will be gone. Josh Okogie will be gone. And then we have a bunch of smaller contracts with a bunch of team options. Maxwell Lewis, we could technically get out of this money if we want to. Ryan Dunn, this is a cheap player for a pretty high caliber player. Look at our salary cap room going into the 2026 offseason. $84 million, and that factors in Bradley Beal's $57 million player option. We're going to have a ton of flexibility in the 2026 offseason. So it's going to be a build-up. We're going to focus on the 2025 draft. We're going to focus on the 2026 draft. But I'm telling you right now, the offseason in 2026, we are going to look to strike, and we are going to try and put real talent around this core. In the meantime, we're trying to develop Jalen Green. He's been playing great basketball, as you've seen, both from his All-Star highlight video that we're hoping gets him into the All-Star game if you guys haven't been voting for our All-Stars. And then also, we got young guys like Zach Edey. We've got Ryan Dunn. We've got a lot of young talent. Jabari Smith Jr., who has been playing, I'd say, pretty well for us. Not great, but he's averaging 15 points a game, which would be a career high, and he's shooting the ball really well. 38% from three, shooting 87% from the line. So he's been a productive player. In fact, has a positive plus-minus this season, even though we've been losing a lot as of late. So I'm very happy with the way our team is currently playing. Let's get to the All-Star break. See who is an All-Star. Does Jalen Green actually make the All-Star game? So when it comes to backcourt voting in the Western Conference, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander leads all vote getters. Steph Curry up here as well, 2 Mavericks guards. Former Phoenix Sun Devin Booker ranks 5th. James Harden at 6th. Jalen Green all the way down at number 9. So as of right now, not really looking like he's going to be an all-star, even though he has tremendous numbers, averaging 24.5 points per game. But he doesn't have the assist numbers, and his all-around game obviously isn't quite on the level of some of these other all-star vote getters. You look at the front court vote getting, Kevin Durant, another former Phoenix Sun here, getting a ton of votes as you could have imagined. No other vote getters here for the Phoenix Suns. So Jalen Green was our best bet, but it doesn't look like he's going to be an all-star, unfortunately, this year. Even though we tried hyping him up, we tried, getting social media buzz for him. Unfortunately, did not receive enough votes to be an all-star. Just because he isn't an all-star doesn't mean he won't be a part of All-Star Weekend, though. Jalen Green will be in the dunk contest against his former teammate, Amen Thompson. We also have 2 young Blazers guards in the dunk contest this year in Shaedon Sharpe and Scoot Henderson both. So this is a young, talented dunk contest, and I'm hoping Jalen Green can walk away victorious in this year's dunk contest. No Suns participants, unfortunately, in the three-point contest. Nikola Jokic, leading the league in three-point percentage, will be in the three-point contest. Also got to love Derry Bird in here, AJ Green, a couple of Warriors guards, including, of course, the greatest three-point shooter of all time in Steph Curry. Kyrie Irving and Darius Garland round out your three-point contestants. What a round from Darius Garland. 29 points for him in that round, including every single shot on the last rack. Now Steph Curry has a chance to compete here. We'll see what Steph's got in store. Steph Curry comes up just short in the final round here against Darius Garland. Darius Garland is your three-point contestant champion.
Yeah. Head up in the clouds, dog, they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threats, so nobody's into me. I don't got time, I'm not giving the energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you're not kidding me. You don't got way too close. I've been up at the top now, so they all wait for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up, whose man's high. Through it all, I stay the same, I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up for my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I got a time and I'm coming to get mine. Head up in the clouds, dog, they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. Yeah.
So Scoot Henderson was your slam dunk contest winner. Unfortunately, Jalen Green did not put together the best performance, but I can't blame him. He's been way too focused on getting buckets, getting baskets here for our Phoenix Suns. So we're going to move past All-Star Weekend now. I hope you guys have been enjoying the series. If you have, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more. Also, don't forget to leave a comment today too. We're going to simulate here game by game. We're going to keep our eyes on the box score. We get destroyed by Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs. Victor goes for 42. Jalen Green did have 24 of his own. Iguodaro actually had a double-double as well. Zach Edey did not have a good game in this one. Jabari was ineffective as a shooter as well. But I just want to keep seeing Jalen Green have good games. I'm hoping that field goal percentage continues to climb for us. And I'm hoping we can continue building around him going forward. Let's go past this game against Chicago. We get a big-time loss again here. Vucevic has his way with us. Jalen Green has an off night, 5 of 19. Zach Edey effective in this one, though, which we like to see. Now taking on the Toronto Raptors. Let's simulate through this. Jalen Green, we're going to have him play through that bruised right knee here for a little bit. Jalen did have 26. Jabari goes for 15 and 9, but we lose again. And as you can see, we've been losing a lot as of late, down to 26 and 31. Let's go check out the standings very quickly, see what is going on overall around the league. I want to check the entire situation. We are down to 22. So losing's been working. And if we keep losing at the rate we are, it's possible the Clippers, the Sixers possibly can catch up and even pass us. Maybe even Charlotte and Detroit too, which would put us maybe into the running for a top 5, maybe even top overall pick if we get lucky in the lottery. We are going to rest Jalen Green with his bruised knee, so we're going to pull him out of the lineup here. We're going to let Grayson Allen play all of his minutes. In the meantime, the reasoning for that is I want Jalen Green to get healthy. I don't want to hurt his season averages. And we're also kind of trending toward tanking. So even though Grayson's a good shooter, I don't think he's going to help us win games very much. 1 win and 1 loss. We split the back-to-back against New Orleans. The first game, Zion goes for 35 and a Pelicans win. And the second game, we end up stymieing them. Jabari Smith Jr. was the key player for us. He goes for 24 on the night. Iguodaro, another double-double. He's low-key having a very good season for us in this simulation. Ty Washington is shooting a ton, and he is not shooting it very well either. So that's a little bit problematic, but Edey's close. He's flirting with a double-double. In fact, I'm wondering if we can even uptick his minutes a little bit to help him reach that double-double. A little bit less Josh Okogie, maybe a little bit less Gabe Vincent, and a little bit less Maxwell Lewis. A little bit more Edey. Let's see if we can get him to that double-double threshold. A little bit more Jabari, and we'll let Ty play a little bit more too, because in the name of tanking, it's going to be effective. Now, we are at the contract extension deadline, and when it comes to contract extensions, the only one who is looking to re-sign is Jusuf Nurkic, but just like we talked about earlier with the direction of our team, we don't want to commit salary to the 2026 offseason. So we are just going to flat out allow Jusuf Nurkic's contract to expire if we don't trade him next year as an expiring contract. So keep that in mind. But Jusuf Nurkic is not someone we are going to look to extend. Everyone else on our roster is not eligible for extensions. So with that all in mind here, we are focusing on losing and long-term rebuilding rather than keeping this core nucleus. Jalen Green is now fully healthy, so we will insert him back into the lineup as well for Grayson Allen. Jalen Green back in the starting lineup now, and it's just in time for a big shooting guard matchup in the Western Conference. Turns out Anthony Edwards is ducking the smoke in this one. He is out with an injury, so he will be missing today's game versus the Phoenix Suns, but we still have a big battle here against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And I think today might be a great test for Zach Edey as well to go up against 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. It's Jalen Green's world. We're just living in it. Jabari comes, sets him one up at the top of the key. Trying to turn the corner, can't. Jabari's got Dante one-on-one here. This is a huge size mismatch for us. Over his shoulder, can he get that one to go? No good there. Pretty solid defense from Dante DiVincenzo, putting the D in DiVincenzo. And they got Rudy Gobert running the middle of the floor. Zach Edey just did not have the foot speed to catch back up to Gobert, who got a step on him early. Let's try and run a set play here for Jalen. I like a curl action if we can get him something going to the rim. That'll be the key thing for us. Gets the ball over there to him now. This ends up going to Ryan Dunn. I don't understand. This Suns playbook, by the way, every time I call a play for somebody, it runs the play for Ryan Dunn. So I don't understand what is going on, but Mike Budenholzer might be on the chopping block by the end of the season if that keeps happening. Into Edey, one-on-one with Gobert. They're going to let the Defensive Player of the Year live one-on-one in that matchup. He gets the best of Edey in their first battle against each other. And Julius Randle goes right to the rim. Jabari Smith not enough to impede him and stop him from scoring at the rack. When he gets that close, it's going to be a bucket most of the time anyway. Let's see if we can go small to small screen, get Mike Conley switched on to Jalen Green. That's a mid-range pull-up shot there. No good from Jalen. Kind of a slow start to the game for us, unfortunately. Julius Randle attacking downhill. Right-handed scoop layup for the lefty Randle. This has got to find its way to Edey. It does not. Mike Conley gets in there. Nickeil Alexander-Walker up to Dante DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo misses the layup, gets his miss. Jalen Green forcing a couple misses. DiVincenzo recovers again. That is a backbreaker for your Phoenix Suns. Now Conley with Zach Edey trying to navigate a screen. Zach Edey up top to Gobert. How many times have we seen that Conley-Gobert pick-and-roll lob combination proving to still be deadly here in 2025? We're going to go standard 15 pick and roll here. Try and get Edey the ball in the pocket. Nice little dump off to him. Goes right at Gobert and gets to the free throw line. One of the biggest positives of Zach Edey's game in the college ranks was getting to the free throw line consistently. He had a 0.8 free throw rate his final season at Purdue, which is just ridiculous. We'll see if Edey can put him in here. Does not get the first one to go. hoping to see him develop as a free throw shooter in this series. I think that would help him put a lot more points on the scoreboard for us, because right now I feel like we're leaving a lot left on the table right now when it comes to shooting free throws with Zach Edey in this series. And the Wolves' ball screening and rolling is going to be a real challenge for us as well. They're going to put Edey out in space. Look at the spacing here. I feel like Minnesota's been better spaced in this game than they ever been in real life. Gobert misses. He's down on the floor. Let's try and run here. We got a 5-on-4 going back the other way. Ty Washington to the hoop. Takes it right at Randall's chest with Gobert laying down in the backcourt. We knew we had the rim open to us. Ty Washington takes quick advantage of that in transition. We're going to completely disrespect Rudy Gobert. In fact, double Julius Randle on every touch if we can. I don't want rotations here, although this might work. We're going to bring Edey in as the roll man. Gobert draws a foul on Jabari Smith. We're going to try and go at Naz Reid here, see if we can get into space against him one-on-one with Jalen. Might be our best bet. And Jalen Green unimpeded to the rim. Jaden McDaniels is healthy, coming off the bench in this game, which is interesting. In real life, I would just be shocked if that ever happened. Zach Edey, the tower of power with a rejection here, sending Jaden McDaniels' shot back to the baseline. Naz Reid stretching Zach Edey out to the three-point line. That's going to be a problem for us if they let Naz Reid play center. Although, what I do think, I think we have an equal level of mismatch here. Naz Reid does not do a good job guarding in the interior against other big men, and I think this is the time for Zach Edey to really take advantage of that. Drop steps toward the rim, unable to get that one to go. Follows it up, though, gets his own miss and puts it back in. I just don't think Naz Reid is going to be able to keep Zach Edey out of the restricted area and off the offensive glass in this matchup. So even though the Wolves might get some open threes, they might be able to stretch the floor with Naz Reid, I think we have some really easy offense to go into with Zach Edey here, and I think that's something we're going to look to do. Although the Wolves go post split here with Naz Reid in the post, they're trying to attack Edey on the other end. Edey walls that one up pretty well. We're going to be able to get out and run here. Actually, we're going to hold for the last shot of the quarter. We're going to get Edey another post up. Let's see if we can get him down on the left block so he can go to his right hook. That's his patented move. We need to isolate this here. Zach Edey going to work on Naz Reid. Drop steps him again. Does not get it to go, though. Zach Edey's touch just not as strong in the game as it was in his career at Purdue. Minnesota up 6 early here at the end of the first quarter. Gabe Vincent, Maxwell Lewis, Ryan Dunn, Oso Ighodaro all check into the game here now. We're going to try and get Oso on a roll immediately. They still have Naz Reid playing center, although he does a good job that time. Okogie facing his former team, the team that drafted him into the NBA. Ryan Dunn going at Jaden McDaniels. That is a huge negative deficit for us, although Ryan Dunn able to get to the rim. Does not get the layup to go, though. McDaniels' tight defense bothers him just enough. Pele Larson finds his way to Minnesota and drills a tight three-pointer from the left corner. That is not an easy bucket by any stretch. Gabe Vincent, can he get to the rim? Does not, but finds Maxwell Lewis. Lewis going to go at Pele Larson. Kick out to Ryan Dunn. Above the break for three. Ryan Dunn, let it fly, young fella. Dillingham's pull-up doesn't go. We're going to hit Gabe Vincent in transition. We need to change this number, by the way. Him being number 35. Spin jumper. Touches the top of the backboard and deemed out of bounds by this officiating crew. I don't think that was out. Although Grayson Allen working his way into the game, I think we've seen enough of the non-shooting on the floor, so we need to get a shooter in here. Grayson Allen looking to play some minutes early for us. I think that's a welcome sight. Putting some shooting around some of our key pieces. Let's see if we can get Ighodaro involved a lot and see if we can work Grayson Allen in. Maybe as a small screener in an inverted 5-2 screen action. Dillingham gets all the way to the rim. No good. We're going to let Ighodaro push in transition here. This is his strengths of his game. Does not find anything himself, but kicks it to Grayson Allen in the opposite weak side corner. Great pass from Ighodaro. Allen does not get it to go, unfortunately. Jaden McDaniels bringing the ball down the other way. Perhaps with Minnesota moving Jaden to an off-the-bench role, they're trying to expand his offensive game a little bit. This bench unit with Jaden, Naz Reid, and Rob Dillingham is shifty and very, very nice. Naz Reid trying to put the moves on. I I do like Ryan Dunn guarding him, though. Ryan Dunn wins that matchup. He's up to 5 points on the night. Now gets his first rebound as well. See if we can push in transition with Ryan Dunn. Cannot, but Grayson Allen might have just enough space to shoot it over the smaller Dillingham, and he does convert on that one. We have a lot of contracts we could theoretically look to move next year. Grayson Allen might be one of them. I'm sure he could help a contender. We couldn't find a deal for him this year, but he might be on the move in the not-so-distant future. Zach Edey and Gobert both check back into the game. Julius Randle also just checks in and gets an immediate corner three up. That one's no good. Jalen Green gets on the glass. And now we're going to work with Edey to get him involved. This is where we want to go at Gobert. See if we can attack his drop coverage, get to these pull-ups. This is the exact kind of shot I want Jalen Green taking. And he gets that one to go early here for us. Now a one-point game. We are battling the Minnesota Timberwolves very, very well on our home court, repping our wonderful statement jerseys. The Suns have some of the best jerseys in the NBA. We are not going to guard Gobert out there at all. Yeah, he has to just swing the rock. Iguodaro now being asked to play the 4 and defend Rob Dillingham presently. Gabe Vincent matched up onto Gabe Vincent. Does a good job walling, but Gabe Vincent still a little too small. Randall gets that one to go. And I think we just abuse this pick and roll action with Gobert. Let's see if we can just attack the 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, get downhill against him. That's a beautiful step-back shot from Jalen Green. Step-back Jack! A missed free throw. We're going to try and run on this in transition. Jalen Green gets to another step-back. That one doesn't go, though, over the top of Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Dante DiVincenzo coming back the other way, finds Randall. Ball reversal starts here. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who's been so lethal in the corner for his career lately. Kick out from DiVincenzo to Dillingham. That's a nice pass. Doesn't get it to go, though. We find Gabe Vincent now trying to run back the other way. See if we can exert some rim pressure here. Nickeil, really good dig in. I was not expecting that. And Iguodaro, can he make a play on this? Forces the miss. Really great defense from Iguodaro. Randall appears to come up a little bit lame. Spin jumper from Jalen Green. Can't get that one to go. And Julius Randle does appear to be shaken up a little bit. Let's take a second look at that Randall play with Iguodaro. Randall misses the layup, then holding his right knee, does not get back on defense. Unfortunately, we were not able to take advantage of the 5-on-4 before the Timberwolves timeout. But Randall appears to be shaken up in a game where they don't have Anthony Edwards. Julius Randle might be out as well. Zach Edey leads all rookies in rebounds per game with nearly 10. Oso Iguodaro climbing up the leaderboard as well, now ranks 4th in rebounds per game. We'll have to see, is Julius Randle still in the game? It does not look like he is. It looks like Naz Reid has replaced him at the power forward spot. This is a testament to Minnesota's depth. They might not even miss Julius Randle that much in his absence, but Mike Conley going to work here now at Jabari Smith. Ball swings back over to Naz Reid. Gobert gets on the offensive glass. Ty Washington just a little bit too small. Looks like Zach Edey missed his box out there. And the Stifle Tower gets 2 easy ones right at the rim. Gonna go right at Mike Conley here. Can we dump it to Edey? We can, and he gets it up and over Gobert at the rack. I feel like we've been effectively attacking Rudy Gobert in this game. I'm liking what I'm seeing. We just need to continue playing smart. When we get into matchups like this where we are at a talent deficit, we have to take smart, effective shots and attack some of the weak points of Minnesota's defense. And I think we've done a good job finding that in the mid-range area, drawing some rim pressure, forcing Gobert to come over as a helper, and then leaving it for his man unattended at the rim. Gobert taking it out here on the baseline is pretty crazy. Screen-to-screener action from Minnesota. Ball swings up to Nickeil. The rare mid-range shot for Nickeil Alexander-Walker, but it goes here now. 25-21, Minnesota up over us here in Phoenix at the footprint center. We can hold for the last shot now, though, and I think that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to get going here at 5 seconds. Jalen Green to the rim, throws it down. A little bit of a flex after as well from Jalen Green. The full court heat from Conley does not go. We're down just 2 at halftime after what was a very stellar back and forth first half between these two ball clubs. We're going to try a horns action here, see if we can get something good to work for us now. Here comes Jalen Green on the back end of this. This should work. Does not. DiVincenzo does a good job getting through the action. Spin jumper from Jalen, though. does create a good look. Julius Randle does come back into the game, albeit shaken up. We'll see how that affects his performance here in the second half. Doesn't look like it's hurting him too bad, though. He's moving pretty well out there. Jalen Green defending Dante DiVincenzo. Zach Edey with a huge rejection. You got barbecue back there, and you didn't invite me. Great help side defense from Zach Edey there. Get the ball out to Jalen Green. He's wide open in transition. He gets a deep three to go. All of a sudden, the Phoenix Suns have the lead. The bench loves it. The fans love it here at the Footprint Center. Horns action for Julius Randle coming to his left. A pull-up three despite the injury. Randle's good from behind the arc, and we need a timeout. They left Jalen Green, but we can't make the pass. Ty Washington, a few growing pains with him having such a heavy role with us now. You see the Wolves have one of the best defenses in the NBA again this season. Not really shocking, but in the league, seeing the Warriors led by Draymond Green at the top is awesome to see as well. Mike Conley here taking on Ty. Dumps off to Randle. Randle not going to go away unaggressive. Scores right at the rim again over the outstretched arms of Zach Edey. That's a big wingspan, a big standing reach to have to try and beat. Although Jalen Green showcasing why this man should have been an all-star.
Tell me why they sleeping on me, on me.
I feel like Jalen Green has become such a good player for us. He's up to 13 on the night before simulation already here in the third quarter. Dumping it into Julius Randle. He goes to work again. Jabari does force the miss this time. Jabari yet to get on the scoreboard as a scorer. He's been involved doing other things, though. Jalen Green a little aggressive there. This is where Jabari's mid-range game can come alive, though. He gets that one to go over Julius Randle. Randle maybe a step slow on defense. It's already kind of a flaw of his. Randle still holding that knee going toward the sideline, so it does look like he is still bothered by that knee. But he's been playing really well here in the second half so far. So look at Dante DiVincenzo maybe finding his stroke as of late here over his last 5 games, shooting 50% from 3, 57% from the field as a whole. That's a welcome sight for Timberwolves fans. DiVincenzo, who I thought was an awesome get for them in that Karl-Anthony Towns trade, he has just struggled this season for Minnesota, and I think is really a byproduct of their ball movement specifically, and some of the problems within Minnesota's half-court offensive identity and also the playmaking that they have on the roster, as DiVincenzo's forced into another bad look here. Jalen Green doing a good job navigating screens, dumps it off to Jabari Smith all the way to the rim. Jabari blows the layup. Good pass from Jalen Green. He is still not in the assist department quite yet. Julius Randle, a pull-up, does not get that one to go. Edey with the board. Let's outlet in transition and go. Jalen Green trying to get downhill. Finds Jabari Smith unattended in the corner. Jabari Smith continues to be a letdown in our user-played games. Not finding a ton of success. And it's honestly kind of shocking, some of the misses he's having. Zach Edey tries to navigate a screen. Does so actually really effectively. Although I don't want him on Julius Randle, and we just sag off of Nikhil, a very talented player, is able to get that one to go without question. Finding Jabari one more time. We are trying to force feed this man the basketball. It is just not panning out for us. Jabari Smith Jr. with some significant struggles this game. Has just one made field goal on several attempts, especially this quarter. We've made a real emphasis. Gobert gets on the offensive glass and effectively kicks it out to Conley. They go to their pick and roll game, but he finds Na open in the corner. Luckily for us, Na does not get that one to go. We're going to go back after Julius Randle here, who's matched up in transition on Zach Edey. Able to kick it, one more, swing it to Dunn. Dunn's attacking a closeout. Does not get anything out of it, but we're going to go at the injured Randle. This is the matchup that we want to attack. Jalen Green does not find anything. Gobert with a good contest. Jabari with another miss. Kind of a broken possession. I tried to create an isolation with Jalen. Just could not get anything to go for us there. Now Green matched up with Randle on the other end of the floor. Dunn brings help over. Gets a block, and we're out running in transition. Can Jalen Green get all the way to the rim? No, but he finds an open Ty Washington for 3. That one's no good. Jalen Green's making some nice passes in this game. We just haven't been able to convert them to assists. Randle just bumps him out of the way, tells him he's way too little. We're down by 5 here all of a sudden. We do have the ability to essentially hold for the end of the quarter, which I think we will do. And I think we're going to go with a small screen. I want to get Jabari the rock here. We're going to bring Jalen Green over to screen for him, see if we can get a mismatch, a switch, see if we can force him to this action. Jabari just gets to the rim, misses a layup here, kicks it to Ryan Dunn, an open shot from the corner. That one's no good. Some ugly misses here for us in the third quarter. Not our best action. Obviously, Julius Randle, even battling through that injury, has been an effective offensive player. Edey showing up on the block department pretty well this game, but Julius Randle doing a little bit of everything offensively for the Wolves when it comes to scoring the ball. He scored in the mid-post. He scored from 3. He scored at the rim. Despite that knee injury, he's been playing very, very good basketball offensively for Minnesota tonight. And it's been a real problem for Mike Budenholzer and the Suns, and they're going to have to figure it out quickly if we want to turn this game around. Jaden McDaniels coming off of a staggered screen. They're going to find him in the middle of the floor, and he's just way too open. The one issue we have with trying to play guys like Maxwell Lewis and Oso Ighodaro in their current states is they're just not high IQ players yet at this point in time in the game. We do find Gabe Vincent, though. Ighodaro, a high IQ player in real life. Very good kick out to Gabe Vincent, who cashes in the three-pointer. That's a welcome sight for our offense. I do want the starters to come back in here. I do not want Nurkic in the game at all. I do think maybe playing Jabari at center could maybe be something we explore a little bit more. But I don't know. It's just not super effective. But I think if we want to space out Rudy Gobert a little bit, it could be something we look into doing a bit. Though it kind of hurts the depth of our team with Ighodaro and Jabari. We're going to play Jabari at the 5 right here for a short stretch before Edey comes back in. Now, the one issue is with Naz Reid, this kind of plays into their hands a little bit. Looks like they're going to be putting Josh Minot on Jabari, which means we can maybe take advantage of some of his deficiencies as a player. Leaves his feet. Jabari does get a standing dunk to go. Josh Minot, a very talented player, extremely athletic player, just someone who I think is still putting together the mental components of the game. And I think, he honestly could be a very intriguing long-term player in the league. If he really ever does break out and get a significant opportunity. Obviously, the Wolves kind of have him on controlled minutes, I would say is the best way to describe that. Wolves score. We're coming back down by 6. I'm just not exactly sure who I want to play through. Probably find Ighodaro on some rolls, see if we can get him involved in that way. We do find Jabari. Again, Minot leaves him wide open, but Jabari having an off night from 3. He's been shooting it well all season for us, especially in simulation. But just could not find the stroke tonight. Been a real problem for us. Dillingham going to work. Ball reversal. Swing back over to McDaniels. McDaniels trying to take off the dribble. Ighodaro there. Blocks the shot, though. Falls right into Jabari's hands. We're going to throw it up to Okogie. Try and dump it into Ighodaro. Naz Reid playing free safety. Looking like Ed Reed out there. Jumps that pass, and they're going back the other way. Pele Larson taking it at Maxwell Lewis now. Dillingham over the outstretched arm of Gabe Vincent, no good. Jabari gets the board. We're out and running one more time. Let's hit Okogie, see if we can get downhill. Okogie with the acrobatic layup and finish at the rack. 4-point game. Starters are going to be coming back in here now. Let's see if we can close this one out at home. Starters are back in like I promised. I really pondered benching Jabari Smith Jr. just with how poorly he has shot the ball. But I do think his rebounding has been very nice for us today. So I want to keep him in against this bigger Wolves lineup. And look at that. An illegal screen from Mike Conley after a wide pin down and then a rescreen. We get the basketball down by 4 with 2.5 to go. Ball is going to be in Jalen Green's hands the rest of the way. And we want to attack Julius Randle. That's who we are bringing to the level of the screen every single time. Get him over here. We kick it. Jalen Green goes all the way to the rack after that. Very strong take from him. And he's up to 15 on the night. He has been carrying the offensive load for us, not just tonight, but this entire season. Post the trades of Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. And Edey just gets caught out of position there. A quick developing screen action from Minnesota gets Gobert an easy dunk at the rim. We're going to continue to attack Julius Randle, though. This is our big mismatch that we want to go at. See if we can snake this screen. We can't. Good defense there from Dante DiVincenzo. He fights through it. We're going to go at Jabari here with Jabari over Julius Randle. Jabari misses another one. Can't really blame him. That's a tough shot to make, but I just want to try and take advantage of Julius Randle's poor defense. We're going to get out and run here. We got Jalen Green wide open for three. Doesn't get that one to go. Ryan Dunski's in, though. Gets on the offensive glass. No, not the shot. Puts it back up. Can't get it to go. We should have reset that possession. Nickeil Alexander-Walker now out on the right wing. Swings it over to Randle. Randle working on Jabari. That's a shove. He shoved him, ref. Let's look at the replay on that one.
I feel like Mike Jordan. Give me the rock and I'm scoring. Hey, came from the bottom, that's foreign. I swear that.
I don't mean to go full Joe Buck on you here, Minnesota, but that is a disgusting act by Julius Randle. The off arm there is crazy. We're going to try and work with Ty Washington here. Now going at Rudy Gobert. We get the mismatch we want. Get it into Edey over the tiny Mike Conley. That's an easy finish at the rim for Zach Edey. He has a foot plus some of height difference there in that matchup. If he did anything other than dunk it, he might have gotten released from the team. 4-point game, 50 seconds to go, 50. Let's see what we can do here now. Conley throws it away. Jabari Smith Jr. plays the passing lane. That's why we left him in the game. He's been impactful in other areas. Into Zach Edey. Zach Edey gets blocked by Gobert. What a defensive play from the 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. Look at the recovery here. Somehow Gobert finds a way to get his hands on it and then not only recovers, but has the intuition to get off of the basketball so that he is not the one who gets fouled here. Finds a guard. Dante DiVincenzo gets fouled. What a play from Rudy Gobert there. Gets the ball out of his hands to a more ball-secure player. Sometimes things get wild when Rudy Gobert is dribbling. They get it into Conley. We're going to see if we can get a quick trap on. We can't. Randle takes it all the way to the rim. I was hoping that they would dribble it out so we could get a foul. They did not do that. Randle goes and dunks it. We need to go quick here. Jabari comes set a screen. Let's go. Attacking Randle here in this one. Finds a wide open Jabari. He finally gets one to go from three. That's a big three-pointer from Jabari Smith Jr. 3-point game. We're going to have to play the foul game here. Dante DiVincenzo headed to the line. The timely Jabari Smith three-pointer. We could have used some of those earlier. Does get this one to go. Now we head to the free throw line for what's been a really contested, close battle. DiVincenzo here for the first one. Does get it to go. I thought it was going to be off right. Pressure's on here now for DiVincenzo. It's a 4-point game. If we get a miss here, a bucket can really put some pressure on Minnesota. DiVincenzo does miss. We find Jalen Green. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We're going to go with the Jabari pick and pop again. We find Jabari over Julius Randle. Jabari gets it to go again. Jabari Smith Jr. has been nothing but clutch. And we are going to commit another foul. It's a 1-point game. Mike Conley, no matter what, the door is open here for us, but he might leave it wide open. Gets the first one to go. Mike Conley showing why he's an experienced veteran in this league. He doesn't feel the pressure right now, but a miss at home in Phoenix. You hear the Footprint Center crowds going crazy. Mike Conley gets it to go. We're going to take a timeout to advance the basketball. Let's see what Mike Budenholzer has to draw up here now. Jalen Green gets open in the corner. A pretty well drawn up play ultimately results for naught. Jalen Green unable to get it to go off the sideline out of bounds action. I thought it was a pretty good look. Just could not get it to go. We send Rudy Gobert to the line, who is notoriously not a great free throw shooter. Can Rudy Gobert leave the door open for us here in Phoenix in front of our home crowd? First one goes, extends it to a 4-point game. It's a tough loss here. I thought we really had him reeling. Tough loss. Jabari Smith Jr. showed up in a big way here down the stretch of this game. I wish he was making some of his open ones earlier. See if we can get Jabari on a little punch action here into the corner. That's a 2-pointer. Good if it goes. Does not go, and that will be your ball game. 5-point loss before simulation. A tough loss for us, for sure. But you have to admire the way we fought, the way Jabari Smith Jr. made some tough shots down the stretch of that game as well. Disappointing to come out with a loss here, but it's still a hard-fought battle nonetheless here for your Phoenix Suns. So after simulation, Jalen Green finished with 34 points on 31 shots. Jabari Smith Jr. shot the ball 31 times as well. Did not catch fire until the very end of that game, saving his shooting percentage a little bit, especially from three with those couple big makes. Zach Edey finishes the game with 16, 12, and 5, helping his season averages a bit. Really getting close to flirting with that double-double now. Would love to see him finish with a double-double ultimately this season if we're able to. Ryan Dunn, his shooting splits have been acceptable, I would say. 43% from the field, 35% from three. What we're going to do here is we're going to sim a little bit further, probably through this Rockets game. We're going to take a look at each game individually like we were earlier, and then we're going to take a look at some of the season stats. Ty Washington, bruised rib, he'll be fine. 33-point loss here. Jalen Green plays well. Nobody else does. That's kind of been the MO of our season. Bones Highland led the scoring for the Clippers. I was not expecting that. Kawhi Leonard is healthy and playing, which I like to see. Bones Highland had 25 points in 18 minutes, which is just crazy. Shot 11 of 11 from the line, 4 of 6 from 3. Impressive game from him. We're going to see how we fare against Denver. Ty Washington back healthy. Another big loss. Ty shooken up again in that game. Jokic goes for nearly a triple-double. MPJ does his thing, shoots 3 of 6 from 3. Julian Strawther had a very good game as well, off the bench presumably for the Nuggets. Jalen Green, pretty solid game. Jabari Smith Jr. maybe his best game as a Phoenix Sun. 7 of 8 from 3, 9 of 11 from the floor overall. Very, very good performance from Jabari Smith Jr. Jalen Green, not the most efficient night, but he did make 10 free throws to help his scoring numbers quite a bit. Against Dallas here, we do get a 1-point win over the Mavericks on the backs of a third and fourth quarter comeback. We were down 15 at the end of the first quarter, so big comeback here from us now. Happy to see that. Let's go into Simcast against the Memphis Grizzlies and the Houston Rockets. We're going to simulate these games, see how our team plays against them. Solid start from us here in this one. We've won both the first and second quarter. We have a narrow lead, though. It's been a tight race. Big, strong third quarter from Memphis, though, comes out, flips this game on its head. We have a close one here in the final minutes. We're going to stop simulation and see how our team fares. Look at this. 2:29 to go. 105 each right now. Great game to jump into. Let's see how our team handles this here down the stretch of this game. 2:30 to go. Tie ball game. Jalen Green with the rock now. He's going to be attacking the rim. And Kevin Durant commits a blocking foul. The ninth team foul of the fourth quarter here for Memphis. Crazy enough. Jalen Green appears shaken up on the play, unfortunately. Maybe a little bit of incidental knee-to-knee contact there. Hoping Jalen Green's all right. These are 2 big free throws for us. A win over the Grizzlies maybe doesn't help us with our tanking situation, but it's always good to go out and beat a player like Kevin Durant. That's what we have the chance of doing here now. Green converts on the first free throw. He's been money from the free throw line all year for us. Ryan Dunn checking back in as well. In for Maxwell Lewis. That's a significant upgrade into our lineup on the court. Ty Washington is holding it down. We have our 5 starters in the game right now here in Phoenix. Jalen Green gets both of them to go. We now hold a 2-point lead with just 2.5 to play. John Moran bringing the ball up here now for the Memphis Grizzlies. Let's see how we fare. Jalen Wells gets an open look over Jalen Green. Does not get it to go, though. Jabari Smith Jr. pushing in transition ultimately does find Ty Washington. Ball's going to swing over to Dunn. Back into the hands of Washington. I'm interested to see how our team plays here. Jalen Green, looks like they're getting him into the action. Blocked by Durant at the rim. Excellent effort from Kevin Durant, showcasing why he's been such a winning player throughout his entire career. Surprisingly, does not get that one to go, though. I think Durant is capable of making that. Why does it say Riz? Jalen Green for 3, no good. Edey gets on the glass. Misses the putback, though. What is going on with Zach Edey's touch? Just rushing it here back in front of the Grizzlies fans. This is a little bit of a return game here for Edey as well. Morant goes right at Ty Washington. Washington forces the miss, though. Minute 20 to go. We are still up by 2. Jalen Green's free throws, the only little bit of scoring we've seen. Green looking to get all the way to the rim. Beats Santi Aldama off the bounce and converts. Jalen Green maybe sending a message to the media. Why was I not an all-star? Watch me close the game on the road here against the contending Memphis Grizzlies just to prove to you guys how good I am. Morant kicks it out to Durant. Durant with Dunn draped all over him. He gets in isolation. This is what dreams are made of. Kevin Durant works through, step through, can't get it to go. That's off of Durant's knee. No way. That's got to be Suns basketball. That was off of Kevin Durant for sure. That's an insane call, ref. We clearly don't have our challenge, and we only have one timeout remaining, so even if we did have our challenge, maybe wouldn't be wise. We might need to advance the ball later here, although that's a big possession of the game. Ty gets his ankles absolutely snatched. Oh my gosh, Ja Morant. What a move. Jalen Green, 19 seconds on the shot clock. We're going early. Green almost turns the basketball over. We find Edey out on the perimeter, resetting our offense. Back out to Green, isolated at the top. Edey goes and sets a drag screen for him. We find Edey. Jaren Jackson Jr. completely walls him. Morant's pushing in transition now. Grizzlies down by 2. He finds Durant wide open from 3. The Slim Reaper strikes again. Kevin Durant gives Memphis the advantage with 17.3 to go. Suns are going to have the ball for the last shot if they want it. Jalen Green, it's your time to shine. Sideline out of bounds here now. The Suns are out of timeouts. Jalen Green gets the ball up by the logo. 14 to go. Working on Jalen Wells. Jabari Smith Jr. setting a horn screen. Getting Ty Washington the ball. Now it's just a 2-5 screen. Jalen Green, pull-up jumper. No good, and the Memphis Grizzlies hold on at the FedEx Forum. The Suns lose on a tightly contested battle on the road against the Memphis Grizzlies. The Grizzlies maybe showcasing why they're just a bit more talented. Kevin Durant, a game-winning three-pointer in this one. Ja Morant absolutely snapped Ty Washington's ankles, and despite Jalen Green scoring all of our points down the stretch, it just was not enough as the Grizzlies outplay us. All right, Simcast here against the Rockets. We'll see how this one goes. Big lead for the Rockets so far early, but we do close it a bit in the second quarter. A strong second quarter from us has this game heavily contested. A 3-point game right now. With 5 minutes to go, though, the Rockets have pulled away a bit. We'll see if this one can get close down the stretch. 10-point, 12-point game. Looks like this one is going to be a little bit of out of reach of our Phoenix Suns, unfortunately. So not a great game there. All in all, Şengün flirts with a triple-double. Tari Eason goes for 20 of his own. There wasn't even Devin Booker in this game. Looks like Devin Booker is missing a little bit of time right now for the Rockets, maybe ducking us. Jalen Green does go for 24, goes 8 of 9 from the line. Jabari Smith also pours in 24 of his own. One of Ty Washington's better games, 7 of 12 from the floor. Zach Edey, not really effective in this one. Had committed 4 fouls, so might have been in some foul trouble early. Did get on the offensive glass 5 times, though, so you like his aggression. Let's check how our team is playing this year. How are the season stats looking? And we'll start by points. So Jalen Green has played in 66 games for us, averaging a flat 25, 4.5 rebounds, 2.3 assists. Not really showing up in the stocks department as much as you'd like. The turnovers, also a negative assist to turnover ratio, so there's been a lot of positives with Jalen Green as a scorer, but I think some of his deficiencies are also rearing their ugly head a little bit. Now, he is shooting the ball really, really well on almost 20 attempts per game, shooting 46% from the floor, 35.5% from 3. This has got to be one of his most effective seasons as a shooter, and in fact, it is. His 58% true shooting is the best of his career, and he's doing it on the highest usage of his career as well, with 30.3% usage rate. So liking what we're seeing there from Jalen Green, the effective field goal percentage, everything showing up, I think, in a significant positive fashion. His assist ratio is way down, though, and the turnover rate stands exactly where it's been. I think, this might be a product of the players he's playing with. Bradley Beal, who's been out with a sore back, possibly could return by the end of the season. We'll see. Has still been out indefinitely after what Shams reported in episode 3. But he is shooting the ball really well for us this season. Flirting with 50, 40, 90 stats. Obviously doesn't have the free throw percentage, but everything else has been extremely productive and effective for us this year when he's played. D'Angelo Russell has been out with an injury too. He's on the verge of coming back. He's been ramping up with the team. Solid season, not great, nothing to really write home about. Jabari Smith Jr. I think is one of the big ones. He's up to 16 points per game. I want to see that number continue ticking upward. One thing I have really loved is his impact on the glass, averaging almost 8 rebounds per game for us, 1.5 stocks per night. This is a two-way player that is really, really good for us to have, and someone we can lean into continually going forward. Now, at times he struggled. We saw that earlier in this episode, but for the most part, he's been playing pretty good basketball. Zach Edey, like we've talked about, we've been monitoring. He's been flirting with a double-double, adding in almost 2 blocks per game as well. I would like to see him start shooting a few more threes for us. That might be something I'm going to urge him to do down the stretch of the season. We might maybe mess with his tendencies a little bit just so he gets a couple more three-point attempts up. Doesn't look like he's really taken very many at all for us, honestly. So that'll be something we do want him to do going forward. If he can stretch the floor for us, that would be tremendous. But yeah, he's just 6 of 10 from 3. So out of his 452 attempted shots, only 10 of them have been three-pointers. He has not been great from the free throw line like we've talked about. Herder's not been great. Iguodaro has been pretty solid for us, averaging 8 and 6, shooting 47% from the field, only 11% from 3 though. Ty Washington, I mean, we're giving him a chance to develop. I'm just not sure anything's actually going to be here. I don't know if he's going to be with us long term. Maybe we could sign him back on a 1-year deal given the direction of our team. But 8.2 points, 2.6 assists is just not much to write home about, especially with these shooting splits, which are rather ugly. Ryan Dunn, though, averaging 1.7 stocks per game. I love to see that. Now, he is shooting just 33% from 3 and 40% from the free throw line. But I think this is a developmental piece, right? We're waiting for Ryan Dunn to maybe come into his own a bit here. Gabe Vincent's been a big-time contributor for us in terms of minutes, not so much in the actual stat sheet department, though. And that's how the team's looking right now. Maxwell Lewis has been playing a lot. He's been rather horrid. I'm not sure if Maxwell Lewis is going to have a role in the team next year or not, but that's how we're looking here at the end of episode 4. We have just 1 month left in the season exactly. We're going to be going from March 13th to April 13th. I hope you guys really are enjoying the series. If you are, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content, comment your favorite player on our roster down below, and we'll catch you in the very next Utility Sports video.